The PWBA continues its West Coast swing as we visit Sam's Town Hotel, Gambling Hall, and Bowling Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. Leading the field by 245 pins this week is the veteran team of Robin Masante and Jeannie Nacarado. Last year's runner-up team, Marianne DeRubo and Kelly Kulik, is in the number 2 position. Qualifying third is the Australian team of Carol Giannotti and Maxine Nabel. They will face the team of Michelle Feldman and Shanna Ray, who were in the final spot on this telecast just moments ago by defeating defending champs Kim Terrell and Linda Barnes with this shot.
First-time TV bowler Shanna Ray set up this match in the 9th frame with their 7th strike in a row, secured a victory for the Ray Feldman team.
Welcome inside Sam's Town Bowling Center for the finals of the track doubles. Hi everyone, I'm Jan Schmidt along with my partner Lisa Wagner. Thanks for tuning in. And Lisa, I guess we're not going to match for this doubles show because you're wearing this beautiful WIBC jacket and medallion.
Well, that's right. On May 1st, I was fortunate enough to receive this jacket and medallion when I was inducted into the WIBC Hall of Fame. You know, I remember 10 years ago saying that this would be the whole ball game for me. Being inducted into the WIBC Hall of Fame was it for me, and it finally happened.
Well, congratulations, Lisa, and 5 other inductees. We'll show you highlights later in the show. Our top seed, Robin Masante and Jeannie Nacarado, are both Hall of Famers, and they've struggled the past few years, but turned it around this week.
Well, that's right. They both have a combined 25 titles between them, but it's been since 95 since Robin won, and since 93 since Jeannie won. But they both still have a desire to win, and they want to do it this week. They have a real special motivation. It's for Robin's father, Ray Romeo, and for Jeannie's parents, Bob and Loretta Norton. They both passed away recently, and guys, this chair and this tournament is for them.
Well, we're ready for the opening match, and that chair, Ray Romeo, usually here at every event. That's why that chair was held for him and also for Jeannie's parents. First look here at Maxine Nabel, the team of Maxine Nabel and Carol Giannotti. It's Maxine's first telecast, her first year as a pro, the Australian team.
Wonders from down under.
We'll soon see.
That's right.
She's not nervous.
No, Maxine puts a lot of power on the ball, a lot of revs. Going to see a lot of pin action from her, as with this one right here.
Now, this is interesting. They bowled a game prior to this, as you just saw. Michelle Feldman and Shanna Ray won that match. Shanna Ray wanted to start the match, so she didn't have the pressure. They're choosing to stay on the same lane. She leaves that 9-pin. Now Shanna Ray will have to finish the match.
Which Shanna said that she would prefer not to do. But, you know, hey, what better time to be indoctrinated into a PWBA TV event? So let's put the pressure on you, Shanna.
That's right, absolutely. Well, they were both so lined up. I mean, I could see why they'd want to stay on those lanes.
Well, that's right. With a huge first game at 10 strikes, I wouldn't change either. Plus, she has a game under her right now. She has a game bowled on the TV pair. She's getting the feel for it a little bit, so she knows what it's like.
Well, they shot 268 in that first game to 229 out of defending champs Terrell and Barnes. But, hey, now the television lights are on.
Well, and every match that you advance, you know, means just a little bit more. So I gave her a little bit of advice last night on what to do and when she's sitting there waiting for her turn. So let's see if it helps.
I heard that advice. We'll talk about that as she gets back up. Meanwhile, Carol Giannotti, 33 years old, 13 years a pro, and this lady's first telecast in over a year since arm surgery. 98 player and bowler of the year after having arm surgery has had trouble coming back.
Wow, did you see that messenger? That thing came flying across the lane. She's getting her confidence back, and you can sure tell. Look at the roll on this ball. She's Look at all the power in the back end. Look at that thing come flying across the lane. Took the 10 out. Unfortunately, the 7 didn't fall.
Oh my, 2 spares, back to back, barely made. That took a left turn.
Well, the back ends are snapping pretty good this week. They backed off on the oil length this week to 36 feet. So you're going to see some sharp hooks in the back once in a while here.
Now, what kind of carry's that?
Well, that's a first-time TV happy strike. I don't know what you call
laughing
that.
at it too. Okay, go ahead, strike.
That team, they had a lot of fun this week.
3rd consecutive TV appearance for Michelle Feldman. She has been strong, finished 2nd the last 2 weeks to Carolyn Moore Ballard. The thing she has going for her this week is she doesn't have to beat a Doran.
Look at the revs on this bill. Look how far out it goes. Looks like about the 3rd or 4th board ends up on about the 25th board after it got off the back of the lane. She throws so much power. It's just amazing. I called her once before. I called Michelle Feldman a freak of nature. You don't stand behind that because you just don't see anybody throw it like that these days.
Ooh. 10 pin, but good shot from Shanna. She told us last night she probably wasn't going to sleep prior to today's show. Changing balls.
Good choice, too, especially with the back end's hooking pretty good. She's going to a ball with much less friction. Doesn't hook very much.
Ooh, coming up pretty light. No mix. She's shaking her head. Obviously didn't like that shot.
Carol is back up to 15 pounds now. She was at 14 for a while, but she's happy.
Well, through 4 frames, the team of Giannotti and Nabel is in the lead. We'll be right back with more from Sam's Town Bowling Center. Don't go away. The championship round finals of the track doubles are being brought to you by the Women's International Bowling Congress, striving for 85 years to identify and fulfill the needs of women bowlers. And by MasterCard. There are some things in life money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. There's a look at Phil Cardinelli, the Track Inc. president. Sponsors of this event, Phil, fine job. Ladies love this doubles event, and the Track sponsors it the last few years, and they just love it. While we were away, teams bowled through 1 frame apiece, both striking, so Giannotti Nabel still in the lead by 1 pin. Maxine Nabel stepping up there in the 7th, coming up light.
Well, she has to watch her speed quite a bit. She does project the ball down the lane pretty good. She probably got that a little bit left of her target and just wanted to sail on her just a little bit. Left herself with a pretty easy spare, though, a 2-4.
This team was really close this week. Really bold as a team. Not only did they have fun, but Maxine averaged 212, Carol averaged 211. They were right there all week together. Michelle Feldman now stepping up in the 7th. Their team working on a double. They had the lead by 1 pin and could increase it to 11 with a strike here. Big shot. One of the most prestigious tournaments on the PWBA schedule is coming up next week. Fans in the Reno area are invited to come down to the National Bowling Stadium as the greatest women bowlers in the world compete for the WIBC Queens title, May 21st through May 26th. Come on out and join us. Uh-oh. Oh.
Thought she might get
I did too.
Thought she might get the pin rolling over and kicking one of them out at least. Set the ball a little bit short right there and hooked up on her. Left herself with a 6-10. Now she's definitely going to go back to her spare ball. She wants to try and avoid the chop. She doesn't want to chop the 6 off the 10.
And they're spread pretty wide there. Nice cover, though. We talked about this team, Giannotti and Nabel, the fun that they had. Some of the comments they were making last night. Carol said, hey, I don't want my back to get sore. I don't have to hold you up too much. That was pretty good. Big strike for Carol Giannotti. They were going back and forth. I asked Carol to describe Maxine. Carol said she's spastic.
Spastic. Right.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't look like she is. She is pretty laid back. Well, Maxine describes herself as laid back and a little bit unassuming until she gets on the lanes.
Well, she also said that Maxine said, I'm similar to Carol, but I'm less extreme.
Great connection right there. Setting themselves up for a close match here.
Sure is. Giannotti Nabel in the lead by just 1 pin. Best score for this team possible. Max score would be 237. 9th frame setup. It's going to come down to the 10th frame. Or maybe not.
That was just one horrible break right there because Michelle looked great. She was very relaxed on that shot. And she knows right now that she's got the whole right side of the lane right now. She's relaxed. She knows it. Look at that. 5-pin just went straight back that time instead of going and taking out the 7. She's disgusted right there.
She'll go for this. I thought she'd throw. Oh, see, I thought she'd throw that about 30 miles an hour.
And she can.
Wow, what an unfortunate break. Shanna Ray now stepping up in the 10th frame in her first telecast. She really has to strike out here. Trailing by 14 pins. Look at Michelle. How could this happen? Oh, my. She's looking up to the heavens. They both are.
Well, they're both wondering right now, how could this happen?
It happened because Michelle Feldman said she didn't want any more second-place checks. See, she should have went for at least the second-place check.
She said she would take him if she had to.
Yeah, I know.
What a life,
It's
huh?
unfortunate.
Yes.
2 terrible breaks in a row for this team.
Best they can shoot right now is 204. And barring disaster for the Giannotti Block Naval team, looks like they might have to settle for 4th.
And 204, I believe the Giannotti Naval team is going to need 9 pins on their first ball.
Which sometimes is harder to do than needing a strike.
Carol Giannotti, 9 pins. Must get 9 on this shot. Oh, my.
She knew what she needed, and you can pretty much bet that was not going to go anywhere near the right side of the lane so she could get some hang, because she didn't want to go washout or something like that. So you can pretty much bet that was going to hit the head pin.
Wow. And you had a feel for Michelle Feldman and Shanna Ray sitting there shaking their heads going, how could this happen?
Just 2 bad breaks at the end of the game.
And a 3rd with the Brooklyn by Carol. But, hey, they made it here. Finishing up in 4th, $6,000.
Well, and Shanna now has a feel for what TV's like. And I know she's going to want to make shows in a singles event.
Well, Giannotti and Nabel will move on, but first when we come back, we'll show you the WIBC Hall of Fame highlights that we've promised you. We're looking at the beautiful atrium inside Sandstown Hotel Gambling Hall and Bowling Center. And we're here for the semifinal match of the track doubles. The team you've been watching, that's Maxine Nabel and Carol Giannotti. They will start the match. Maxine seems pretty comfortable in her first telecast.
Well, she said she has been on TV in some amateur events, so the whole atmosphere is not too unfamiliar to her, and she really likes bowling with Carol Giannotti Block, so that helps too.
She looks great. Big opening shot. Here's the team of DeRupo and Kulik. This team finished second last year in this event. Pro for 9 years, 6 titles for Marianne DeRupo. Ooh, coming up high. Well, Marianne and Kelly told us about some obstacles they've overcome here.
Last year I came here, I had a term paper due after I left next day, 8-page term paper. Last week I had kidney stones, I was in the hospital, got here, started taking my medication, next thing you know I was bright red, I had an allergic reaction to it. So I think it might be her fault.
I really think it's my fault because she's fine all year long when I talk to her, and every time she comes to Vegas to bowl doubles with me, there's always something up. But the bottom line is that we're going to continue to bowl together until we win this and then defend again. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun bowling together.
And there is Kelly Kulik, who's had to overcome all those things this weekend, last year, and they now have to overcome the start of an open frame.
Marianne left the 6-7-10, and she just barely slid by the 6 pin. Just about made it. First look at this girl right here. She's powerful. Great bowler.
Coming up light, 2-8. Sounds like the crowd's behind her. I hear them yelling, "Come on now." A lot of newcomers on these teams.
And strong ones.
Strong ones, very strong ones. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is, because you're looking at spots that are going to be taken in that top 24 every week, and the number to make our cuts each week on the PWBA Tour is going to go up and up and up because these players are so talented.
Covers it up, takes a big breath. Carol Giannotti up. Working on that strike. Oh, and a big double to open up this match.
Well, Carol looks good right now. She said that right after her surgery, she started throwing the ball a little bit poorly. She was looping the ball in the head. She was getting a little bit too far to the right early on the lane, and she didn't like that. And now you're going to see that the ball's going a lot straighter, and she's much more aggressive, and she's much more familiar with that. So she's going to throw it great now.
These two also talked about the difference in how they play the lanes. Maxine plays the front part of the lane a lot more.
That's right. They both throw the ball quite a bit different. Carol likes
Carol
likes to play the early part. She finds the hook there. Maxine likes to play the back end. Carol did say that she hopes that she doesn't get dizzy watching Maxine's ball spin so much. It's a lot of reps.
Marianne up in the third after that disastrous split in the first frame. And, oh my.
Well, Marianne has elected to play out, which we could most of the week. There definitely is a shot out there. It's just, how you want to play it and the equipment you want to use. The ball's just cut right through. 4, 6, 7, 10 is just not much pin action right there. Cut through so hard.
Wow, it's very disappointing. I know you feel this too when you're in a doubles team and you're out there and you don't perform or you get some bad breaks. It's so hard. It's harder to me than when you're by yourself.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and getting a double in this situation is very important. So for Kelly to maybe strike here and pump up Marianne as hard as she can to back it up with a double.
Oh. Okay, well, hey, that's a break.
And it's early. It's early in the match. This ball's going to come back from way to the right. 5-pin just kind of lays down. Fortunately, got a messenger right there going hard enough to kick the 10 out, barely, but she did get it out. Going to a spare ball right now, going to go right at the 7.
Did you see her blow the air out as she was on the approach? She took in a deep breath, and that's what you had talked to Shannon Ray about, breathing, how to breathe.
Right. Because if you don't, your heart rate's going to go up way too much.
300 games this week. Carolyn Doran Ballard had the first of 2000, first of the decade. Carol Giannotti Block had one, and Kim Terrell also had one. Should anybody have one today as a combined team, there's a bonus of $50,000 from MasterCard, and that ends that right now for this game.
Right up. Now left of her target this time. Ball's just going to go quite a bit left. Left herself with the 3-6-10. She's got to get the ball to the right of the 3-pin. Hit them all the way.
Well, Giannotti and Abel have a commanding lead through 4 frames. We'll be back with the rest of the semifinal match from Las Vegas. There's a look at the Women's International Bowling Congress President, Joyce Deitch, the big sponsor of the PWBA, and earlier she presented the 1999 Player of the Year Award to Wendy McPherson.
Wendy, you must be very proud to have been given this honor by your peers, the very best women bowlers in the year, and I congratulate you.
Thank you very, very much, Joyce. Thank you. It was an honor.
We're back. The players bowled through 2 frames and, well, an open for each team, but Giannotti and Abel lead by 49 pins. Washout by Kelly Kulik and a big split by Carol Giannotti. And during the break, Carol just said to Maxine, just keep striking, keep striking. And she, look at Marianne DeRupo's mother, Rosemary.
My partner and I this week paired in qualifying with Marianne and Kelly. And Rosemary was such a great supporter. We could hear her back there cheering, and I told her to keep it up because it really helps.
Strike for Marianne DeRupo and big smile. All right, finally, by the 49-pin deficit to make up, Kelly Kulik needs a strike here. It'll take it to 39. There's 2 more frames.
Well, that's right. There is a possible 196 out of this team, which is going to force the other team to keep marking. Saw a lot of those this week out of Kelly Kulik. Good pin action. The ball cuts through high right there, but the 4-9 last to fall. I saw a lot of those this week because the back end's pretty dry.
Max score for this team, 245. Oh, and after coming high, she's now light with the 2-8. We'll look at some of the past champions for this event. As we mentioned, Kim Terrell, Linda Barnes last year. There's Wendy McPherson, Dara Street.
And Tammy Turner, Lori Moriarty, Kim Adler, Nancy Fair, Lita Sill, our newest millionaire with Lori Soto, and our statistician over here, Anne-Marie Dugan, teamed with Stacy Ryder.
Carol picks up that spare. Anne-Marie and Stacy have won that event twice. And there you go, from 91 on, Lisa Wagner, Carolyn Dorn. I wonder who they beat. Anne-Marie Dugan, Stacy Ryder.
Who did we beat? I think it was you and Debbie McClellan.
Let me think, yeah.
89, Cheryl Daniels, Jocelyn Jennings, Cindy Coburn Carroll, Bonnie Joel in 88, Tish Johnson, Jeannie Berry, way back in 87 this tournament started.
I remember that, too. And Maxine is striking.
Oh, and that was a big shot right there that Maxine just threw because that's going to force DeRupo and Kulik to strike out. This is an absolute must right here for Marianne DeRupo.
And again, jumping high. You're right, she had to strike out. They both had to strike out just to force a mark.
Well, and she's definitely a little bit lost. Now, she's playing the first arrow right there, and look at the ball just diving in right at the last second. Left herself with, well, pretty much 6 and 2. You just want to figure most of the time. But, you know, we could play out there all week. She probably would be better moving a little bit, you know, her feet a little bit to the left, angling her body a little bit to the right, directing it toward the mark, because they probably are hooking a little bit with the TV lights, the heat, and adrenaline.
Well, Kelly Kulick happy to make this show. She graduated just Saturday from Morehead State and flew here that same night to get here in time to bowl. A lot of fun going on there, but this match is definitely over. The Giannotti Nabel team clobber the team of DeRupo and Kulick, and when we return, we'll catch you up on tonight's action. So far tonight, in the first match, Feldman and Ray threw 10 strikes to defeat Terrell and Barnes 268 to 229. In match 2, disaster struck. Feldman and Ray in the 9th and 10th frames, and the Giannotti Nabel team walked through the open door to win the match 227 to 204. In match 3, it was all Giannotti and Nabel as they sent DeRupo and Kulick home early. Final score 224 to 137. Coming up next, Giannotti and Nabel challenge Masanti and Nacarado for the track doubles title. We're back at Sam's Town, and there is the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Sam's Town, Joe Fiscaldo. Big supporter of the tour for many, many years now. And we thank Sam's Town for their contributions. But we're ready for the championship match, and it's going to be Giannotti and Nabel, Maxine Nabel leading off against Masanti and Nacarado. And I think they're going to need a pretty good score here this match.
Well, I think so too. This is a match I've been waiting for. Great opening shot by Maxine Nabel, staying in the pocket.
Robin Masanti, you may remember as Robin Romeo. 22 years of pro, 16 titles. She averaged 220 this week. Come on. Oh, thought it was going to get there. And talk about a quick style.
Boy, don't blink, you're going to miss it. She used to be a little bit more deliberate. Now she is choosing to just pick the ball up and go. She's going to put her hand in it, and she's just going to go.
That was more time than she's taken all week. Finals by round. Santi Nacarado on top the entire week. Really all the teams up there except Feldman and Ray made a big move after qualifying. Jeannie Nacarado, 21 years of pro, and you may remember her as Jeannie Maiden. Ooh. Wiping her hand off there.
Well, that's the first shot blues right there. Some nerves coming in. You can see she just didn't get she didn't get legs into it that time. No strength right there. Fell off the shot a little bit. The ball went way to the right. Now this split is completely makeable, especially with the back ends this week. You can get it to left of the 2-pin. She has to get the slide over into the 10.
Just like that.
And she is fired up. Perfect spare conversion right here. The 2 is going to go directly into the 10. There's no doubt about that. She knew she had that when she let it go.
Carol Giannotti now up and slapping out the 10-pin. Carol Giannotti is a track staff member, sponsors of this event. Maxine Nabel taking her time. Off to a big start with a double for this team. They've started the match as well. Maxine said the entire swing so far for 3 weeks, she's been telling Carol, we're going to make that show in the doubles in Vegas. We're going to make that show.
Hold it.
She told her, we gotta make the show.
All right, slow.
Well, 3, 4, 6, 7. She'll go for this one.
Absolutely. Well, not much you can do about that. The ball just cutting through, and she has to get the ball to the right of the 3-pin. Now, it's real easy to send the 3-pin around the 4-7.
Gave it a run.
She's got to hit the 3-pin first to have a chance to make it.
And that pin count hurts on a double.
Sure does. Now this is where you're going to see Robin step up and just not think too much. She said that she just wasn't focusing. She's bowled the previous weeks, but she did not have her head in the game, was not focusing.
That's it. Big strike for Robin Masante. Jeannie Nacarado already with ball in hand. I wonder if she was working on some tape or something sitting down.
Yeah, I don't think she felt too good in the ball the first frame right there. Fell off her hand a little bit.
I don't know if I've ever seen Jeannie Nacarado this pumped up. And they know how to jump on an open frame.
Well, they're veterans.
They've been around.
They have done this before. They know what it's all about. Well, this lady right here knows what it's all about, too. She's going to settle down and get right back to business, what she was doing before.
Hit it.
Stayed nice and low on that shot. So, Carol, we know.
Carol wanted to thank Billy Inger for all of his help this week. He was on hand helping both Carol and Maxine throughout the event. He's a representative of track. Giannotti Naval team trailing by 17 pins. Now they can cut it to 7 if Maxine Naval strikes here. Coming up light after hitting the nose last shot.
Going to a spare ball here. She wants to cut down her angle to the 4-pin. Good spare.
Well, Lisa asked Robin and Jeannie about a joke that was going around this week.
You got that right, Lisa. Carolyn Doran Ballard started it.
Carolyn said that the lanes must be easy because the Codgers are leading the tournament.
And
Well, watch out, Carolyn.
That's right. You've got 2 Hall of Famers here to contend with.
And that Codger's doing pretty darn well. We'll be right back with the rest of the track doubles championship match in just a moment. Back in the middle of the championship match, Masante Nacarado team leading by 27 pins. Jeannie Nacarado now up, working on a 3-bagger. She's in the 6th frame.
Great shot right there by Jeannie Nacarado. 6-pin wrapping around the 10.
And we talked about it earlier, but right now, all this passion you're seeing in both of these ladies, are a result of who they've dedicated this to. Jeannie's father and mother, and Robin's dad. So it's really something when you can perform for somebody that has passed, and you just want to do it for them. And there were some other teams that made the finals here. McPherson and Grijalva, they just missed out. Doran Ballard continuing her fine bowling action, high average this week. She was teamed up with Brenda Norman, and there's Anne-Marie Dugan and Stacy Ryder, as we saw before, 2-time champs of this event. Maxine Naval now stepping up in the 7th frame. They trail by 26 pins. She can cut it to 16 with the strike here. They're working on a strike. Hold it. 10-pin not going down. I heard Carol say, hold it. Maxine doing pretty well on tour for her first year. She's made the last 2 cuts. Anytime you come out as a rookie and can be making cuts against the talent out here, it's a good sign.
That's right. She's experienced, and coming out and bowling doubles with Carol was it just made this tournament better for her. Well, the ball slid off into the channel on her spare attempt there. And that's going to put the ball right in Robin and Jeannie's court, I believe.
Max score for Masante Nacarado, 256. These two ladies, roommates for nearly 20 years. They were just so excited to be able to bowl together.
Jeannie was up out of her seat the second that the ball left Robin's hand. A great shot right here by Robin. It's like she stuck maybe a little bit at the approach. Didn't matter. Look at that reaction.
And you can see both sisters see the empty chair. That's Tori Romeo, now Carter, and the chair for their dad, Ray Romeo, who would normally have been here.
He was always here, especially in Vegas. Anywhere out west, he was here.
That was a great shot off Jeannie's hand.
Do you think they won it?
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone want to win a title this badly.
Well, they're probably almost crying now. And I guarantee you, if they should win, there's going to be some tears flowing.
Carol Giannotti says, not yet. Just, hey, there's a few frames left. Don't count me out.
Well, they still have 208.
But they trail by 48 pins. This team leads by 48. Jeannie Nacarado and Robin Masante. Maxine Nabel needs to strike here. Max score 208.
This is a must.
She came through when she needed to.
Shows the ball great, doesn't she?
She sure does. Okay, Robin, one more shot. Jeannie looking on. All right, come on now.
Off the ground.
Did we win? Did we win?
There was some fire behind this shot. She threw that ball hard.
Wow. That is two great friends. Letting it all hang out.
Get up, ball.
They want. Oh.
Well, what did I tell you about those tears?
I'm ready to cry right now. Oh my. This is an exceptional moment.
Oh, it is. I can hear people in the background going, come on, come on, come on, come on. Wishing that ball up there to make this fair, even though she didn't have to make it. It just makes this victory even more special. Look at Robin.
That's the final shot. And who said Codgers, Masante, and Nacarado do it for their loved ones and win the track doubles? Stay with us for more. The championship round finals of the track doubles are being brought to you by the Women's International Bowling Congress, striving for 85 years to identify and fulfill the needs of women bowlers. And by MasterCard. There are some things in life money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. There are your winners of the track doubles. Robin Masante and Jeannie Nacarado, final score 231 to 207. And on hand with some beautiful trophies is Phil Cardinelli, president of Track Inc.
How are you? On behalf of Track, I'd like to present two great trophies to two great champions. You guys well deserved it. Anytime tournament leaders can hang on and win a tournament, it sort of puts the justification to the tournament. Once again, thank you very much.
Thanks, Phil.
You guys are great champions. Give you these heavy trophies. Thanks again. Congratulations.
Thanks, Phil.
Congratulations.
And in with the big bucks is Joe Fiscaldo, Senior Vice President and General Manager of Samstown.
Hey, on behalf of Samstown, Las Vegas, and Boyd Gaming Corporation, congratulations, Robin and Jeannie. Great match. Check for $21,000. Great champions. Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank Phil Cardinelli from Track for sponsoring the tournament.
And I'd like to thank Samstown for their continued support of women's bowling. And we always look forward to coming back, and thank you very much.
Okay, Lisa Wagner's coming in along with a special guest, Joan Romeo, Robin's mother. Lisa, question for anyone?
Well, I sure do. I want to know just how bad Jeannie and Robin wanted to win this tournament.
Well, well, when we knew we were going to bowl together, everybody knows that, you know, my father had passed away, and we were talking about it in practice session about winning and dedicating the tournaments to our fathers, because Jeannie lost her dad a few years ago also. So we were just so motivated to come out here and win, and I mean, that's all I could say about that.
How'd you guys sleep last night?
I slept fine. It's just this morning when our heart was really beating, because my heart hasn't stopped beating all week. It's starting to calm down, but it's still exciting.
And Joan? Joan said not to ask her anything, but we have to hear from Robin's mom, Joan.
What do you want me to say except I'm really happy. Thank you to all. Thank you for all the support you gave the girls all week.
It was a wonderful event. Congratulations again to Robin Masanti and Jeannie Nacarado. They team up to win the track doubles and dedicate it to the memory of their loved ones. Tune in next week on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Bowl the Rogue Open from Showtime Family Bowl in Grants Pass, Oregon. For Lisa Wagner, I'm Jan Schmidt, and we hope you enjoyed the team action as Robin and Jeannie remind us that our parents will always be with us. So long from Samstown Hotel, Gambling Hall, and Bowling Center. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com.